Hello, very good evening, all of you. Let us get ahead with our yesterday's topic. And before we get started, I just wanted to check, is there anyone who is joining for the first time today? Anyone who is joining for the first time? No? Okay, great. So, if you guys remember yesterday, we had discussed these four, principles in detail, right? Anybody recollects? Yes or no?
Yes,
Guys, I
that's
know
me.
it's Saturday.
Yes.
Yes, thank you, thank you. So yes, we have finished these principles of project management, and we will get started with the project performance domains. Okay, so as you can see, there are multiple uh, aspects of that. Let me enlarge it for you. Second, is it clearly visible now, guys? Guide
Yes.
Yes.
behavior and project performance domain. Yeah, so we have around 8 performance domains, project performance domain. Can I request each one of you to go one by one and read them out, please? Yeah, starting from the stakeholders. Go ahead.
Team,
Yeah, team. Next.
Development approach and life cycle.
Okay, next.
Planning,
Okay, go ahead, guys, one by one. Planning. Next.
project work,
Project work. Next. Delivery. Next.
Measurement.
Measurement,
Yes, next.
uncertainty,
Uncertainty, and last but not the least, again, stakeholders. Okay, so these are 8 aspects of project performance domain. So in short, uh, we have to measure our performance on the basis of these domains. Okay, when we say project performance domains, means the performance of any particular project is measured or on these. Okay, so these are the activities, or these are the I would say supporting characteristics of any projects that will help us to understand, is the project doing uh, you know good or not, are we making profits in the project. Okay, so these are the 8 domains. So let's start with the stakeholders. Okay, so let's move to stakeholders. Let me make it smaller. Yes. Now, before we start with the stakeholder domain, I would like to show you, and I think we have gone through this, like who are our stakeholder, but this is a very, very uh, useful and helpful image to understand who are our stakeholders. Okay, I'll just brush it a little bit, brush upon the topic. So, stakeholders is any person, community, group of people who have stake or interest in a project. So here is a list of all the possible stakeholders. Okay, when I say possible stakeholder, means most of them may or may not be your stakeholders depending on project to project. Okay, can I request one person to read the all the stakeholders in particular circle, like one circle, second circle, and third circle, please? Go ahead.
sure, I can go ahead. Let me start off
Yes,
with the
please.
innermost circle. It
Mm-hmm.
includes project manager, the project
Mm-hmm.
management team, and the project team.
Yes, thank you so much, Abhishek. So what it says is, first of all, project manager, then the project management team and project teams. That means, first of all, in Agile, it can be product owner, Scrum Master. In typical, earlier old system, it is a project manager. Project management team means the entire team beyond the project development team. That is your delivery manager, your managing committee, your department head, anybody or everyone who is involved apart from the actual working team. That is your project management team. or other teams who is supporting the project, like that is an architect or maybe a supervisor, any consulting, senior consulting personnel for your project. So that is your project management team as a whole. Whereas your project team means people who are actually working on the project. That means your development team, your developers, that is your programmers, testers, designers, security, personnel, that is data security, network security, database administrator, everyone and anyone, any specialized person working on any particular script. So anything and everything who are on everyone who is working on the project, like who are actually working on the grassroots level, development, testing, checking the product, checking the project for the bugs, ensuring that the bandwidth is good, ensuring that there are no known or unknown bugs. That all is actually the main work. That is what the project team does. Everybody with me?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. No doubts on project team? Perfect.
No.
Okay. Now let us understand who are the next set of people. Yeah. Anyone from the second circle, please?
Governing bodies, PMOs, steering committees.
Yes. Thank you so much for reading it out. So here we are saying governing bodies, PMOs, and steering committees. So first of all, governing bodies, it means, see, in every organization, there is a department who is solely working on the audit and the on the governance of the processes or the projects. Okay, in banks, typically that is called as audit team. Everybody is aware of this word, or at least have heard this word, audit or audit team. At
Yes.
least one,
Yeah.
right? So what do these team do? They basically keep a close eye on the overall working of the organization or the bank or the company, that everything is within limits. There are no malpractices happening, there is no undue advantage being taken, there are no hidden benefits. So that is what they do. So the governing bodies are also similar. These can be internal governing bodies or external governing bodies, like government level, like in India how we have SEBI or RBI, kind of, not RBI, but mostly SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India. So I'm pretty sure US must have their own, governing agencies or governing officials. So the same way, every country has their own governing setup. So it can be government, it can be non-government. In a particular, in bigger organizations, they also have their internal team who governs, who checks, who keeps an audit. So a lot of time you do have many audits going on. Like I have been part of Indian and international banks. So there, the typical first quarter, like January, February, March. So that in this period, anytime in between, there are audits happening. So what happens in audits? Whatever work we are done, all the evidences related to that work are presented. Audit team can ask about any evidence. Like for example, if you have developed a particular piece of software, okay, so what was the requirement? Do you have the BRD for that particular project? Okay, were there any bugs raised? Were there any escalations? Were there any SLAs were raised? Or was it within timelines? So these are few of the concerns, or the I would say areas where they dig in, but their scope is very vast. They can start from pin to piano. Audit team or governing bodies can ask you any questions, and they are in the authority to ensure that they can have a thorough check on the project. Okay, so that means, so it's just like that. Remember during our school days, there used to be an inspection from the senior personnel in education department, or
Yes.
even during our college days. Yes, remember, I remember, because
Yeah.
that was one particular day where everyone had to come very neatly dressed,
Yes.
hair properly combed. For girls, it was like two ponies or braids.
Yes.
For guys,
Yes.
it has to be very
Mm.
neatly kept, all tucked in, proper iron clothes, shoes,
Yeah.
properly
Yes.
cleaned. and school was completely clean and in a way little decorated, so there are no nothing that anybody can find, and you have to be at your best of behavior, no shouting, no laughing. I mean, that was it. So trust me, that is what it is audit for organizations. Any other day you can be as cool, as lazy, as calm, as relaxed as possible. For the inspections, no, you have to be on your toes. You never know what kind of evidences they want, what kind of documentation they would like to see, what kind of details they would ask. So we have to be very much active and very much present to their demands or requirements. Everybody with me on this?
Yes, yes.
Yes, I think this example clarifies. So PMO stands for Project Management Office. I myself have worked as a PMO in one of the leading Indian banks. So what we do is, trust me, it's one. How do I put it? One hell of a task or job to do. You have to take care of multiple projects at one. Okay, when I say multiple projects at one means you are not a project manager, you are not a team leader, you are not a technical architect, but as a PMO, you should be aware of the status of all the projects under your purview. Okay. So if you are a department, if you're a PMO for a particular department, a particular segment, particular vertical, then all the projects under that department, no matter how many they are, you should have their details like start date and end date, what are the budget, what are the timelines, what are the current status, are they lagging behind? If the project is not as per the timelines, why it is not as per timelines? If the more budget is being utilized, why it is utilized? So at least these major pain points or even highlights, achievements have to be known to you. And it is one, I mean, I will honestly say tough job, because you have so many projects going on, there are so many technicalities and multiple aspects to it, and you have to be aware of, you have to be on top of it, because from PMOs all the senior level personnel get information, and that is again presented to the steering committees. Whatever data, whatever information PMOs have, that is again, I would say, glorified or made look beautiful, and that is given to steering committees. Now steering committees is the senior most is a team of seniors in your organization, as the word suggests. Give me a second. Let me sip some water. Give me a second. Thank you. So as the name suggests, steering committee means the committee which steers the organization. Okay. So they basically have the steering wheel of the organization. So they decide what kind of priorities we have, what are the kind of projects we should be undertaking, what is the order that we should be working on. That means what is the priority, what is the focus area, and where are we heading. So all these things are decided by steering committee. So they are the one who give a direction to the organization, give a priority to the organization, and to ultimately move the company. When I say move the company, means they channelize the resources and they try to take the company in a direction where it is, it will go towards the growth or towards the, I would say, profit making path, or maybe whatever their agenda is, increasing sales, increasing um, customer base, or increasing net worth, or increasing their, I would say, availability to different markets, if not different countries. So whatever their agenda is, they work on that. So that is steering committee for us. Now let us move on to the Abhishek. Have you raised hand? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I just had a quick question. So does the steering
Mm-hmm.
committee or like the members of the steering committee also have decision making power, or they're just, kind of, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Decision making power means they are the people who can make your life heaven or hell. Trust me on that. So what happens? I mean, I have personally experienced this. What happens in the steering committee meetings? Everyone, from different departments and segments and verticals come in and pitch their projects. Like for example, now we are almost in the mid of 2025, right? So imagine like for the last quarter, maybe next quarter, the budgets would be already given, but the last quarter of 2025, for that the meeting is happening. So imagine we all are from different verticals or segments. When I say verticals, that means different departments. So Abhishek, you come in, Ajibu comes in, Michael, Sandhya, Suchita, myself, and even Gaurav also comes in, and we pitch our projects. Like, okay, my project is maybe a chat messenger like like WhatsApp. It is very important. You pitch in like, okay, no, I'm creating Amazon like website. It is important. Somebody comes in, no, I've got a hospitality management project. So everybody tries to push their project, and we all want money, right? We need funding from
Mhm.
organization as well. Everybody agrees, yes or no?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Yes.
So for that funding, that tug of war, that fight is there, because see, funds are generally limited. Even if there is surplus of funds, we will not be able to understand that. That's all the top level business. Okay. So in that, now these committee, as per your earlier records, as per your earlier performance, as per your current project, you know, documentation or your project prospectus, they decide whom to be given funds and how much funds to be given. I remember we used to always have this tough situation where IT used to be given very less funds as compared to the ask, because we all will come with our ask, like, I want 10 million, I want 50 million, I want 5 million, whatever it is, as per our project scope and as per our project expenses. But then this committee, after thorough check and investigation and their own understanding and their own vision, they will decide whom to give funds and whom to give priority. Like many a times, I have seen many projects being shelved or being paused or being just rejected on the basis of their decisions, right? So they are
Mhm.
the decision makers within an organization, and they really hold a lot of power. So whenever there was a steering committee meeting, trust me, everybody was on toes. It was just like an audit, or maybe more than audit. Audit is generally very few people coming in, going one by one, but steering committee is for everyone. So all the heads, all the departments heads, all the senior most level will go and sit with the steering committee members, and they'll present them. So it is basically the presentation given by the seniors, whom generally we
Mhm.
present. We present means middle management present to senior management, and now in this case, kind of senior management presents to the steering committees. Does it answer your
Got it.
question?
Got it. Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
they
Thanks
are,
for that. Yeah,
yes.
thanks for that.
Okay.
I just had a follow-up question, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
uh, when it comes to the food chain, right, who sits at the topmost, tier, basically, or level? So, basically, what I'm trying to ask is if there's kind of a conflict between someone from the governing body and someone sitting on the steering committee, then whose decision is considered to be the final decision, basically? So, who comes higher up the food chain, basically? Someone from the governing body or someone from the steering committee? Or it's kind of like, both of these bodies or committees go hand in hand? Hello? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes.
Hey, thanks for confirming, Sujita.
Guys, when did you lose me? I'm sorry, I was speaking and I didn't realize that I got disconnected. What was the last sentence that you heard from me?
Nothing, to be honest.
Oh my goodness. So after your question, there was mute because I was so engrossed in talking, I didn't realize. Okay, so answer
Yeah.
your question. Okay, so I really nicely gave a 2-3 minutes explanation. Let me let me revise
Sorry
it
about
for
that.
you.
Mhm.
Okay, no worries. I didn't I see generally this doesn't happen, so I was not checking my phone. Okay, so what there was no response from your end. That's why I checked and I realized I was out. Okay, so what happens? See, I was saying governing bodies and steering committees, they are both at their own level. So government steering committees take, I would say, decisions, and they give funds and they allow or they order the teams, whereas audit departments, and then it is governing bodies' decision to check the authenticity, the ethicality, the ethics, and the way they implement it, right? So they both are at a different level. But
Mhm.
again, when I was saying, generally, steering committee is the decision maker, like, understanding the course and the vision and the goals of the organization. But then again, on top of it, we have CFOs, CTOs, CEOs, who are the decision makers, or decisions are generally non-reversible. But then we have heard this news and we have come to situations where even the CEOs and CTOs and CFOs are being thrown out of companies on the basis of malpractices, you know, bad intentions or benefits, under the table kind of things, right? Yes or no? Have we heard such news?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So in that scenario, the government body's investigation comes in picture, right? So apparently everybody is always under a radar. But if you ask me authority wise and decision making wise, it is steering committee and governing body, as the name suggests, they are more into ensuring that everything is being worked upon properly. Yes. Does this answer your question, Abhishek?
Yeah, it does. Thank you so much,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes.
Most welcome. See, stakeholders is a very important topic. That's why we are going very slow, and I'm ensuring that we understand. So last again, it's not so difficult. I'll only read out it's suppliers, customers, end users, and regulatory bodies. So suppliers, as we all know, the one from where we get our computers, our laptops, our machinery, our even resources, like any third party organization from where we get employees working for our project. Customers are our customers who are coming to us with projects, with work. End users are the users who are basically going to use the product. Like, for example, an organize or a hospital comes in for a website, right? So for us, that hospital is our customer, right? Because the hospital is paying us for the work. But a website created by hospital is used by whom generally? If there is a website created by a hospital, like maybe top hospital
Mostly
like
patients.
Hinduja.
Yeah.
Yes. So who are the end users ultimately? Patients or people looking for any kind of service or no, right? Any kind of treatment. So that is your end user. So that is the difference between customers and end users. And again, regulatory bodies now, as we all know, those are all government level regulatory bodies now we are talking about, because this is your internal organizational stakeholder. This is external. These all people are external to your organization. So supplier, customer. See, these are not the people who work in your company. So again, regulatory bodies would be all the top level organizations or authorities who will do the checking and audits on the outside of firm level. Okay, so that is your regulatory bodies, and this is, we have given so much of time. It's very, very important. That is our stakeholder domain. So now let us understand what it says. Now let me enlarge this for you. I hope everybody is clear with stakeholders. If anybody asks you who is a stakeholders, or which are the stakeholders that you can at least say quite a few from this lot. Yes. So
Yeah.
yeah, can
Yeah.
I request
Yes.
someone to
Yes.
read this text on the left and then we can go on the right? Yeah, starting with this bold one. Go ahead.
Sure. The stakeholder performance domain addresses activities and functions associated with the stakeholders.
Yeah, easy. No explanation needed for that. Yeah. Now the 3 points on the right hand side, please go ahead. Yeah. Anyone? Is this a Saturday effect or
Uh,
something like that, or Friday effect? Yeah, go
a,
ahead.
a productive working relationship with stakeholders throughout the project.
Okay, so let me read this heading first. We are saying effective execution of this performance
Oh.
domain results in the following desired outcome. So when you have a very effective, very, I would say, affluent or very active stakeholder performance domain, that means you are on very good notes with your stakeholders. You're ensuring that they are being taken care of, their demands, their requests are understood and delivered. So what it results in a productive working environment with stakeholders throughout the project. That means productive is very important, the word. So whatever suggestions you are getting from them, you are implementing or you are considering, and vice versa, whatever updates you are sharing, they are comfortable and happy with that. So that's a very win-win situation, right? So apparently it's just like having relationship with your in-laws in a way. They're important, but they might be critical, and you all try to ensure that they are happy. So that's why, it's like it's a good thing when you have a working relationship with them. Next point, please. Yes.
Yeah. Stakeholder agreement with project objectives.
Yes. So when we have good relationships, well, we understand we both are on the same page. Stakeholders understand and agree with what are the project objectives that we have, received or we have shared. So our goals, our objectives, and their objective matches, which is very important, which might not be the case many a times, right? For example, if you're working on a site for any NGO, so you might not be getting much funds from it. We might not be making profits from it, and that is what you have accepted, but your stakeholders, your management might not be welcoming of that. They would focus on projects who will get more benefits or more profits, but then in certain scenarios, no, they also agree that it's okay, it's a part of CSR, socio-economic, corporate social responsibilities, and they also willingly ensure that you work on such projects as well. So that means you both are on the same page again. Last sentence, anyone? Yes. Yes, people who are on constant mute, please unmute. Okay, I think you guys are tired. I'm not sure. Yes, Sandhya, go ahead.
Stakeholders who are project beneficiaries are supportive and satisfied, while stakeholders who may oppose the project or its deliverables do not negatively impact project outcomes.
Yes. So what are we saying? Even if you agree as a stakeholder, that will be great. It will be beneficial for the project. But even if you don't agree, even if you have different views, even if our objectives clashes, that should not impact any projects. That means there should not be any negativity or any bad intentions or any repercussions that okay, now we'll not give you funds, or now we'll not be not give good remarks, I will not support you. No, see, it's a practical approach. As we see that all five fingers are same way, not every stakeholder will have a same vision or same understanding, but that is okay until and unless we all are cordial, and there are no personal revenge, or revenge is a very heavy word, honestly, but there is no personal attacking on any particular project or any particular personal. That is okay, because see, we as we have seen so many stakeholders and we have seen in so much of detail, everyone will have their own agenda, their own understanding, their own goals. So it is humanly impossible most of the times to take everyone with us for all the time. So it's okay if we have some differences, but then they have to be managed very respectfully and very professionally. That is what it says. Okay. So everybody clear with stakeholder performance domain. We have actually given a lot of time, I think. So any doubts in this?
No,
No?
no.
Good. So let us go. Now this is an easy one because we've come with the heavy one. This will be an easy one. So let me enlarge. So it says team performance domain. Okay. So basically what your team does and how your team's performance helps in overall performance domain. That is what it means. Can I request someone to read the text mentioned on the left hand side, please?
Yeah, I can go ahead. It
Please.
states the team performance domain addresses activities and functions associated with the people who are responsible for producing project deliverables that realize business outcomes.
Yes. So as we see, good that we have mentioned stakeholders, and now everybody is aware of who does what. So as we mentioned, team is basically project team is basically the people or the group of people who are the grassroots level workers who are actually working on the development of the project. So their activities, their functions are associated for producing the project deliverables, right? So they are the most important people and they are actually working on the projects. So that is what is mentioned. So what how it helps effective execution of this performance domain results in the following desired outcomes. So what are the desired outcomes, guys? Anyone can read out? Yes? Three. I can request one person to read all the three, please.
Shared
Mhm.
shared ownership, a high
Yes,
performing team,
yes, and last.
applicable leadership and other interpersonal skills demonstrated by all team members.
Yes. So basically, this is all about teamwork. So
Yeah.
shared ownership means nobody in especially in agile setup, nobody says, no, this is not my work or this is not my responsibility. No, everybody assumes that it is their own baby. Generally, it's a term we use for our projects and especially in IT. So it's your baby, they call it. So there's that means it's your responsibility, whole and soul. So everybody has that sense of ownership along with responsibility, along with duty, along with dedication and commitment. So that's a shared ownership. No one has to come and tell you to do this and do that. You yourself will work on it, considering it's your own responsibility. Okay. And that also gives you a share of ownership. Again, a high performing team, that goes without saying. Whenever you work in any organization, especially in agile setup, we are or we are bound to be high performing because that is the ultimate ask of any team, that they have to be on their toes, they have to be best in their work, they have to be delivering all the time, and they are the best in their fields. That's why they have been called and made into a team. So that's why that goes without saying. And last but not the least, applicable leadership and other interpersonal skills demonstrated by all team members. So see, tomorrow imagine if you guys all are working on in a project, so your teamwork, your interpersonal skills, your communication skills, your understanding will also be I would say checked or supervised or reviewed. So as a team, how do you work? How much importance you give to each other? How much considerate you are to each other? How you share responsibilities? How you share any drawbacks? And how you manage any drawbacks? How do you handle any critical situation? So all that is part of team performance domain. So ultimately, how a team as a whole performs, right? So it is an individual performance collated together and becomes a team performance, right? You, me, others, everyone coming together, giving their best in the work, and that when we collate, that when we combine, that is a team performance. Everybody with me on this?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Any doubts? This is an easy one.
Yes.
Yes. And let me check if Gaurav is there. Yeah, he is there. So Gaurav, would you like to continue from this one?
Okay, Prerna, I'll take from yeah. Thanks.
Yes. Just a note for you, we have spent a lot of time on stakeholders, understanding stakeholders and their management. So if that kind of topic can come in, you can breeze through or you can check with everyone if they're comfortable, and you can, fast pace a little. Just a note.
Sure,
Okay.
sure. Not a problem. Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
I'll just stop share.
Thank you. Good. Yeah, no problem.
Thank you, guys. Bye
Yeah.
bye.
Thank you. So guys, a quick question. I believe that from yesterday, everyone remember we have spent a lot of time understanding self-organizing or self-managed team as well. And this question is to all of you. Ajibu, Suchita, Abhishek, and Sandhya. Everyone remember that? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, super. And Sandhya, I believe that you were not there yesterday. What?
Yeah, I was not there yesterday. So,
Okay,
will you be
no
sharing the
problem.
recording?
Yeah, recording will be shared in the group itself, my HR. Okay. So
Okay.
I'm sharing my screen, guys. All right. So what we had gone through, mainly we had spent a lot of time understanding what all the phases, 5 phases of the project. And the PM Box 7, the Project Management Body of Knowledge Guide, comes with 12 principles and 8 performance domain. How many principles, everyone?
12
12
principles.
principle and 8 performance.
8 performance domain, and each performance domain we are looking at one by one. Okay, so we have already looked at 2 performance domain, and let's understand the third one. The third one is what? Development approach and life cycle performance domain. It means that any guesses what is going to would be happening in this performance domain? What is the purpose behind that? Before we read that, I just want to invite you to guess that what would be happening in this performance domain. And you don't have to be right, so please don't worry that if my answer would not be right. So I am expecting the wrong answers only, so please don't give me the right answer. Who can give me the wrong answer?
Yeah,
So
things mostly related to the development of the product.
Okay, any other guesses? Suchita, Sandhya, what do you feel like saying? What would be happening in this performance domain? What is the purpose behind it? Can you give me any wrong guess, Suchita? I'm not able to hear you.
Life cycle.
Okay, life cycle. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. But what would be happening when we talk about the action? So what is the purpose? What would be happening in this performance domain? Why this performance domain is being taught to us? Any guesses?
The methodology that is going to be utilized in developing an application or a software or something like that.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Can we give a round of applause for Ajibu for giving it right? Thank you so much, Ajibu. So putting some pressure on the thought process. I really appreciate that. So, guys, this way we can really think of. So, what exactly happens is that this is the key performance domain where we need to define that what sort of methodologies or approach we should define or decide to deliver software. To deliver what, everyone?
Software.
Yeah, software. So yesterday I told you there are multiple methodologies, and inside that there are multiple frameworks. Do you remember then when I was just teaching on the rant and I had spoken multiple framework, and then I quoted back, okay, these are the few framework. Anyone remember over here if you were paying attention?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Suchita, for remembering that, and you brought your attention there. Appreciate it. Anyone who don't remember that? Okay, so what answer I should be taking? Sujita remembers that. Who else? Whether you remembered, you don't remember. Ajibu, do you remember?
Yes,
Ajibu's, yeah, you
yes,
also
sure.
remember. Okay, I'm not sure about Sandhya was there or not. Sandhya, did you catch that earlier in the previous class? No?
Really?
What did you say? Yes or no? The answer is
Oh,
in yes or no.
no.
No, okay. Thank you. What about you, Abhishek? Did you catch that
Yeah, can
last
we do a
time?
quick
Yeah.
refresh if possible?
Oh, yeah, sure, sure. So what
Yeah, thank you.
happens, thank you so much for asking. So what happens whenever it comes to software delivery? Okay. So I would like to give the example when it comes to approach. Anyone can help me to understand when we say what is software development approach? Okay, the development approach. What do we mean by that? How you can teach this development approach, what exactly it is to a 5 years old? Who can tell me the answer in very simplified manner so that even non-tech can understand? Anyone would
How-
like to give it a
How
shot?
to
Yeah.
create something?
How to create something. Okay. What else? So can you bit elaborate? How to create something, it means what?
Yeah, like the tools and technologies that can be utilized in order to.
See, imagine I'm
Yeah.
5-year-old, okay,
Yeah.
and I want to understand from you, Abhishek, what is software development approach? How will you tell me?
Maybe any gaming, which generally kids play, right?
I'm 5 years old. I cannot understand these three words. I mean, it is not making sense to me.
No, but they do play on their mobiles and all, right? The games. So
Okay,
developing a game.
developing a game. Okay, so
Do
what?
something, an
Mhm.
action word basically.
Do something, an action word. Okay, so do you want to say that software development approach uh, is to tell me that play the game or create the software, is it? I'm more interested into, see, development itself is about doing. Okay, when it comes to approach, what do exactly mean by that? Development approach. See,
Methodology,
The way
the
in which it
know-how.
needs to be done.
yeah, the way, what did you say?
Yeah, the way in which it needs to be done.
The way it needs to be done. Can you tell me multiple ways? Can you give me some example using that something can be done so that my 5-year-old can understand?
Yeah, the way
Okay.
you need to hold the phone in order to play the game, for instance.
Okay. So this is something coming bit complicated. Really not simplifying this. Yeah. Right. Agree,
Mhm. Yeah.
Abhishek?
Yeah.
Okay. So can I say like this? You have to go. Anyone wants to try that easily, effortlessly, and voluntarily? Okay, I'll count three, and if no answer comes in, I'll go myself. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Here is the example. Imagine you have to go to the 30th floor of a building. Okay, there are two ways, multiple ways. Okay, one way, take lift, go there. Second way, go via elevator. Third way, go via escalator. May happen? Yes, no?
Right.
Yeah,
Yes, yes,
just to reach one destination, we have multiple ways. Yes or
yes,
no? Yeah.
yes, yes,
Yes.
So, so software development approach is that it decides what ways, okay, what approach, what path we should finalize so that software delivery happens smoothly. Okay, and trust me, everyone is in rush. Everyone wants things to happen faster. Yes or no?
yes, yes,
Yeah.
Yes.
And for that very reason, PM Box 7 talks about agile project management. And that's when, you know, instead of waterfall, see what is difference between waterfall and this agile, we will understand for sure. But just to let you know, if everything is fixed, okay, no intervention from customer or feedback loop is required, then waterfall is good. Okay, budget is finalized, everything is finalized, customer is least bother to come back to see what's happening. Okay, he is more focused towards the end result. Okay, but it is also time consuming. At the same time, agile is that where customer is more interested in the real time feedback. He wants to come and see how is going on. For that very reason, there is one methodology to which we call it as, what do we call it? So there is a Japanese word, okay, that says come and see by yourself. Okay, and what is that word? Come and see by yourself.
Kanban.
What did you say, Ajibu? I
Kanban,
missed your.
Kanban.
Yeah, of
Kanban
course.
board. Kanban board.
Kanban board. Yeah. So yeah, Kanban means what? This is the Japanese word itself. It says that come and see yourself. It was just on my tip of the tongue, but I was just missing it out. Yeah. So likewise, there are multiple approaches. Okay. And that exactly we are going to decide in performance domain. That's the purpose behind it. So having said so, now you have fair idea what exactly happens. Development approach and life cycle. Life cycle will remain the same. What is the software development life cycle? Who can remind me? What happens exactly at the first layer?
Requirements gathering.
Yeah, you have the requirement. Okay. And then requirement gathering, and then you document it. Yes. Right.
Yes.
And
Yes.
once you document it, then what happens? It goes for design. Once you design it, it goes for coding. Once you code it, it goes for testing. Once you test it, it goes for deployment. When you deploy it, goes for support and maintenance. Are you all with me so far? Sandhya, Jeebu, Suchita?
Yes.
Yeah? Yeah?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Super. Now, I would like to invite some person who is not speaking today to speak or read the left side of this card, please. Who can read? Okay. Sandhya, please go ahead and read this for me, please.
The development approach and life cycle performance domain addresses activities and functions associated with the development approach, cadence, and life cycle phases of the project.
Yeah, thank you so much for reading this out. Why I wanted to read this to you? Because yesterday we talked about self-managed team, where you have to showcase your leadership style, your accountability, your initiative and all those things. But definitely when you will go through, I want you to go through with more focus so that you understand the purpose behind the self-managed team. Okay. And we are on the process to becoming the one, and everyone has to contribute in that way. So that's the reason. So thank you so much for reading this out. Yes, here everything you understood, that what exactly happened in this performance domain is that we address the activities what everyone is going to do. For every activities comes from where it originate. It comes from
Requirements.
activity. Yes, absolutely right. Brilliant. This is the common sense answer. Yeah, this comes from the requirement. Okay. And for every activities, when requirement is a bigger, okay, the component it will build is at the granular level, it will be sliced. The requirement will be broken down into the thinnest or slickiest requirement, to which we may even call it as a user story, or we may call it as a function. And we define that how many functions we are going to deliver. Okay. And we define the approach, and also we define the cadence. What do we mean by cadence? Any idea?
Schedule, frequency.
Frequency. Yes, absolutely right. So cadence is here. When you define the frequency, it also means that in that what all comes inside. So cadence, a simple is a container. Okay. In container, everything is defined. Okay. Everything is defined. Say, for example, if you look for Agile's answer, Agile answer says that the sprint itself is a cadence, because in a sprint there are multiple activities inside, there are multiple function inside. So imagine your cadence as a container. We defines the frequency, what Abhishek gave the answer as. And when you finalize that, that solves the purpose of defining the approach. Now, having said so, I want someone to read the right side of the card.
Yeah,
Please go
I
ahead,
can go
anyone.
ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please.
Effective execution of this performance domain results in the following desired outcomes. Number one, development approaches that are consistent with project deliverables. Number two, a project life cycle consisting of phases that connect the delivery of business and stakeholder value from the beginning to the end of the project. And number three, a project life cycle consisting of phases that facilitate the delivery cadence and development approach required to produce the project deliverables.
Right. Thank you. Thank you so much for reading this out. So you have read this three indicators. Now understand, if I can summarize this when it comes to purpose. So the whole purpose behind this is to determine the development approach, and also along with the life cycle, what best will fit in this project, because project may vary. Okay, you may get one project from utility or oil and gas or FMCG or banking or telecom or manufacturing, from anywhere. Okay, but determining the development approach can become agile, waterfall, Kanban, scaled agile, anything. Okay, we may define whatever the name I gave just now. So you can define initially itself with association with stakeholder. In association with whom, everyone?
Stakeholders.
Yes. And guys, everyone has to remain unmuted because you are here to interact with me. Okay. If you want me to read, I can go on mute and I can read myself. Do you want me to read?
No.
Hello,
No.
Ajibu, Sandhya. Okay. Guys, you have to be
Yeah.
unmuted to interact with me.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
thank you. Okay. So what I was telling, that you define the development approach, and also you define the life cycle, and okay, I see that who all are contributing, so I'll keep them unmuted already, and will request them to continue to in unmute. So define what we define, the life cycle, and also we will tailor the approach based on project's need. Based on what, everyone?
Project needs.
Projects need.
Project needs. And why we need to do that? Because selecting the right development approach and life cycle ensures that the project is delivered not just on time, but also effectively and efficiently. Remember the word effectively and
Efficiently.
efficiently. Okay. Any questions so far in this performance domain?
No.
No.
Okay, great, wonderful. So if no question, let's move to the next performance domain. So what is the next performance domain? Any idea? Because we have decided which approach we are going to do. Now it's time for planning. Okay, so planning performance domain. So what it does, it organizes, elaborates, and coordinates project work throughout the project. Okay, now again, someone else please read this other than Abhishek. The left side of the card, please.
The planning performance yes. The planning performance domain addresses activities and functions associated with the initial, ongoing, and evolving organization and coordination necessary for delivering deliverable and outcomes.
Right. Thank you so much, Suchita, for reading this out. So this performance domain is all about the planning, because you have decided that how we are going to deliver the project, right? So you have to plan that. Okay, we have defined just a approach. We have defined how to reach to the 30th floor of the building, but exactly how would I reach to the is it a maze to reach to reach to escalator, or is it a what are the path we need to reach to lift or steps or staircase? So everything you need to figure it out. So figuring it out will become the part of which domain?
Planning performance domain.
Planning performance domain, where you learn not what, how part is revealed. Which part is revealed?
How?
Everyone. How part is. Yes. Now, so the purpose behind this is crystal clear. You develop and maintain a project plan that achieve the project's objective. So that development will happen only for planning, not the coding part yet. Okay. Now, what I want you to read the right side of this card. Please read this for me. Anyone else?
Zoom it. Yeah.
Okay, more zoom. Wait a second. Is it fine? More
Yeah.
readable? Yeah, go ahead.
Effective execution of this performance domain results in the following desired outcomes. Project progresses in an organized, coordinated, and deliberate manner. It is a holistic approach in delivering the project outcomes.
Mhm.
Evolving information is elaborated to produce the deliverables and outcomes for which the project was undertaken. Spent planning
Mhm.
is appropriate for the situation. Planning information is sufficient to manage stakeholder expectations. There is a process for the adaptation of plans throughout the project based on emerging and changing needs or conditions.
Right. Thank you so much, Sandhya, for reading this out. I felt like that you are ready to crash in the bed anytime the moment the class will get over. So, but yeah, thank you for
No, I'm
reading.
having
Now,
a throat infection, so
oh,
yeah.
please take care. No problem. Okay, I didn't know about it.
Yeah, that's
So
the
yeah,
reason I didn't join
not a
yesterday.
problem.
So yeah, I
Okay,
was
please
not
take
feeling
care,
well.
Sandhya. Please take care. No problem. Thank you so much for sharing that and letting me know. So yeah, so we have learned, okay, in this what exactly is happening. But if I need to summarize, I would say that all the activities will happen when your focus will go to as a project manager, scope, okay, you because you're understanding the planning performance domain. Okay, you will be aware of project scope, schedule, budget, resource plan, and integrate these all plans into comprehensive project plan. So this is the time where you are ready to execute the project plan. Why you need to do that? Because effective planning ensures what? Any idea what will be the result of the effective plan? It will ensure the project is well defined and that resources are allocated efficiently to achieve the project's objective. Because whole idea is that why we are doing these all things, because we have to achieve the project objective. Now there are few lingos over here for which we are going to learn more in detail, because in coming slides we are going to explore them. Say for example, what is holistic approach? Okay, then this is managing stakeholders expectation. So what is stakeholder management and all these stuff we are going to look at it. And how the uh, project based changes, how they emerge. So we are going to look at it very very soon. Any question apart from this? Yeah, any question? No?
No.
No.
Okay, now planning is done, so now the real work has to happen, right? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So let's move to the next performance domain. And what is next performance domain? Must be related to some work. Okay. Yeah. So here you see the project work performance domain. Name itself says that it's a work performance domain. So what exactly happens in this work performance domain? Um, this address activities and function associated with establishing project processes. Okay, manage physical resources and fostering a learning environment. It means what? The purpose over here becomes what? Execute the project work as planned and manage the changes coming ahead. And for that you have the backup already well before there in the hand, and you are applying the empirical processes. What processes, everyone?
Empirical processes.
Yeah, and what is the meaning behind empirical process?
Based on observation.
Based on observation, learn from experience and implement it. Okay, and see the new result. With me so far, everyone? Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Now it says that the right side says that effective execution of this performance domain results in what? It help you to follow desired outcome. Which what sort of outcome, everyone?
Desire.
Desired outcome. It means what all could be them. So it is efficient and effective project performance. Project will be always on demand. In fact, you will be so much reliable project manager that leadership team will look for you the moment new project comes into the into the into the uh, you know into the office. I mean, for the organization, whenever it comes, you will be most reliable because you have taken the everything to the finish line almost, and that's when you are every time trying to meet when it comes to project performance towards efficiency and effectiveness. And the project processes are appropriate for the project and the environment. Just now I spoke about empirical process. Based on that, what do? You continue to define, adjust, do, and check, and again act upon them. So that defines all the processes are well in line. When it comes to action part, it means you continue to execute the project task, manage the changes, and ensure what you will be able to ensure what project is expecting you to deliver as per the plan. So for this, whatever the communication is required, you would do the communication management with the stakeholder in the performance domain itself, in the project performance domain, work performance domain. Also, you see that everything which comes to resources, okay, are well procured, and that helps you in improve team capacity due to continuous learning and process environment from the first statement. I'm speaking about this learning and process improvement. See, the whole idea today, whoever is embracing agile is reaching towards some right goal. For the entire world, Nokia is demolished. Nokia is no more. Okay, you all know that Nokia is not there. Yes, it is. It is not there in the market.
Yes,
But
yes.
if I'll tell you, the truth is that Nokia went ahead and it looks for the help, and then what comes into the saving it, the agile approach came into the saving it. Not just agile, scaled agile come for saving it. And today Nokia is not serving telecom industry anymore, but it is the biggest now data center, and the servers are being maintained by Nokia today. And this is still hidden. This is not yet publicly announced into the market, but Nokia could survive itself. Did you know about it in the in any which way earlier? Have you heard
No,
about it?
No,
No.
I was not
But
aware of
this
it.
no.
but this is the reality. How
Mhm.
could it do that? Only by changing the approach of delivery. They went to the different thing. There are multiple organization today. They started as doing X activity, but they ultimately reached to the Z activity. Okay, they are not doing what they started with that. Do you have any idea about such businesses in the past, or you have heard of it? They started being something else, but ended up today being something else. Are you aware of that? Yes, no?
No.
No. Okay. So what was Amazon? Amazon was just a bookseller, right?
Yes.
Today it
Yes.
is the big giant.
Yeah.
Likewise, if there are multiple such companies, say for example, what I'll call. There are multiple such companies are there. Apart from Amazon, YouTube. YouTube was not what it is today. Okay, YouTube was something else. I mean, it was it was just maintaining some white papers. Today it is the huge video, video streaming organization, right? Likewise, there are multiple
Mhm.
organizations started doing something and they ended up doing something else. Okay.
Yes.
Adidas was not, since inception, they were not just into this sports shoes making or something like that. They later evolved as that. There are more such examples
Mm-hmm.
as that there who started their business doing something else, and today they are something else. The same goes with the Rolls Royce. Same goes with the Bullet. Same goes with I think with the what was Fiat. I mean, there is the story behind it. Okay, the inception story is something else, but the final destination is something else. Likewise, why I could say that, because it reminded me from the story of the Nokia. Okay, they recently underwent a lot of organizational transformation. Okay, now, why it was required? Because effective execution ensures project is delivered on time, within budget, and whatever is required, that requirement finishes with the quality standards. Okay, and okay, any question around this performance domain, everyone? Any question? Yes,
No.
no?
No. No.
No. And when I was talking about these organization and those undergoing the huge transformation, organizational transformation, if I'll tell you the reality today, everyone is focusing and racing towards become one thing. And that too, if you will look at the giants, okay, giants like Accenture, giants like HCL, giants like IBM, okay, everyone has undergone the huge organizational change. They are embracing the agile, they are embracing scaled agile, and their core objective is to become what you know? What you know? What is their core objective? To become a learning center. To become what?
Learning center.
Yeah. So this is the core objective. You won't find it easily anywhere, but they have evolved like that. Towards the end, towards the enterprise level, they have evolved like that. Okay. Now, let me go ahead further one step and see the delivery performance domain. So when we talk about the delivery performance domain, okay, what is the, let's understand delivery performance domain. This deliver the projects, products, services, or result. In fact, with the agile project management, what happens? Services are delivered as a product. Okay. So this is something quite interesting. If I'll go back to Abhishek. Abhishek, you are coming from hospitality industry, right? Yes or no? You or Milind was there yesterday?
Yeah, I think
Who
it was
come?
Milind.
Okay, okay. So let me see if he's there or not. I could have given the best example. Okay, he's not there. Anyways, leave that. So in whatever industry you are in, if today is a service you're doing, so you think, can you sell out the services as a product? And if you could do that, this is going to be quite interesting and become the stream for the value stream for what? Good money making approach. Okay. Now, what it states here on the left side, delivery performance domain addresses activities and functions associated to delivering the scope and quality that the project was undertaken to achieve. But one thing is that when we have become quite smart and, embrace the agile, if you'll go to my LinkedIn today, you will see that I am more quoting about not agile delivery or something. I talk about living agile. Okay. So agile is not a software development approach. Agile is a way of living. Can you embrace that? Because agile teaches you a lot. Okay. So here is that it says that when you define the scope and quality that project was undertaken to achieve, it means that you are not delivering all at once. So see, there is always spillover. Imagine yourself going to McD and having a big size burger, or going to Burger King and trying to have the Whoppers. Okay, are you aware of this? Whoppers? Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And trying to take the entire bite of trying to thinking of glapping everything all at once. Will it be possible?
No.
No,
No.
it will create multiple spillover. What is the best way? Okay. Let's allow the slices. Okay. Allow the vertical slicing at least. Okay. Right? Vertical slicing, you understand? Okay.
Yes.
Vertical
Yes.
slicing talks about what? It talks about agile approach. You can go ahead with the horizontal slicing as well, but horizontal slicing won't give you the same impact, same taste. Okay, because horizontal, when you see, it will become again waterfall. You will go with one layer, then second layer, then third layer, then fourth layer, then fifth layer, and then sixth layer. But vertical says that, okay, slices down in a thinnest way and yet enjoy the full. Yes or no? With me so
Yes.
far?
Yeah.
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 So
Yeah.
this is how exactly this delivery performance domain talks about, along with maintaining the quality as well. So, what all activities you need to do here? You will ensure all the deliverables, those will meet the requirements. See, the whole idea is not to making your quality team as a quality performer or a quality warrior. You need to have quality gatekeeper. The whole idea is that you don't need to create a team who will detect the problem after the product is delivered. You have to, the gatekeeper has to make sure that the problem does not get entry. They don't get entry without ticket. Ticket means that, see, imagine yourself getting into theater, okay, to watch a wonderful movie of your favorite actor or actress. Okay. But before you get inside, there is always, ticket checker. They check your ticket, whether it is digital ticket or physical ticket. And only with that ticket you can take an entry. okay, and then watch the entire movie. Likewise, when it comes to customer having the product or services from you getting deployed, with that, one thing is very important, that you always deliver the software along with all the quality gate documents on which they can verify, and then they can embrace with the confidence and start using it. With me so far? Able to understand what do I mean by
Yes.
this performance domain? Yeah,
Yes.
Yes.
brilliant.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for your assist. Okay, now let's read further what it says. Effective execution of this performance domain results in following desired outcomes. And what are these desired outcomes? Projects contribute to business objective and advancement of the strategy. See, I'm not very much worried about the advancement of the strategy, but ultimately it will come into the picture if you're thinking of fulfilling the business objective with high quality standard. With what sort of standard?
High quality
High
stuff.
quality standards.
High quality standard. Okay. And being a professional organization, any organization, they don't want to compromise when it comes to high quality standard. Okay. In fact, you should be thinking about it. Why? Because you had been also some or at one place become the customer as well, and you know the importance of high quality. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Imagine yourself buying something from e-commerce website like Amazon, which is claiming to be top notch, and when you are receiving it's not even, whether it's a lower category competitor. How
Mm.
embarrassed or how disappointed you feel. Okay, would
Yeah.
you want this feeling to be transferred to your uh, customer? Of course not. The answer is of course not. Okay, so here is the thing, that projects realize the outcomes they were initiated to deliver. Okay, so this realization has to happen early, before the delivery. Project benefits are realized in the time frame in which were planned. Okay, so there are few things which has to get the ticket well before that. See, you will prefer which way, your your seat reserved at your desired place in cinema theater, or after you going ahead and browsing and figuring out which will be the best seat? The first way or second way?
The first way.
First way.
It's the
Yeah.
first way,
First
obvious.
way.
Yeah.
First way. Yeah. Imagine yourself reserving a table in a good dining area
Yeah.
and wonderful restaurant with your loved ones. Okay. With a with the world class view. Okay. You can do that well in advance by dialing over the phone, or just by doing the web check-in into the restaurant, or you can go ahead and figure it out, continue to wait when your turn comes up. First way or second way, what will you prefer? What will be your answer? First way?
First way.
Yeah, first way. Yeah. So of course, exactly like this, there are a few activities where you need to plan ahead. Okay, figure it out well before time, so that when you deliver not only with the assurity, but also with the quality. Okay, the project team has a clear understanding of the requirement has to be known well beforehand. Okay, stakeholder accept and are satisfied with project deliver. If you embrace such approach, the last one is going to happen. Why? Because effective delivery ensures the project's objective are achieved well before time, and that's the project's benefit, which will be realized by customer. With me so far, everyone?
Yep.
Yes, no? Yeah. Any questions so far? See,
Yes.
these are theory, but I am trying to tag it with how in the software industry you are going to do. But before I could make you realize that, I'm taking another way, that in a layman's term, so that you can understand with your day-to-day activity as well. Okay, and so that it becomes easy for you to relate and understand. With me so far? Yes, no?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so I'm just looking at the time. I think we can take a pause over here. Okay, otherwise this is going to take my other explanation, and like yesterday, we will overrun the time. So from seventh one, we will continue next day. All right. Any questions so far, guys? We have only two performance domain remaining, but we'll do in the next time. Any
Oh.
question? Yes, no?
No.
No question. Okay. One thing that you will take away along with you, because we are wrapping it up now. One word that is in your mind, staying till now. Yeah, Abhishek, what do you feel like saying?
Yeah, so I learned a bunch of new terminologies today as well as
Mhm.
concepts. So yeah, really thankful
Yeah.
for it. Thank you so much to
Yeah.
you. and
Thank you so much,
ma'am.
Abhishek. Bye. Yeah. Suchita, what do you feel like saying? One word that will stay.
Interesting and excellent.
Okay, so that's the summary you
Yes.
felt. Okay, thank you so much. Let's hear from Sandhya. Sandhya, more energy to your throat. Get well soon.
Yeah.
But would you like to utter a word that you feel like saying?
Yeah, I think the same like Abhishek. I also learned some new things today.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. Please take care. Yeah, and thank you so much for sharing. Ajibu would like to hear from you. What do you feel like saying?
Knowledgeable.
Knowledgeable. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Team is working on the recording preparation, and they will be soon dropping it into the WhatsApp
Yes.
group. So
Yes.
stay tuned. Yeah.
Yeah. I also
Thank you
need.
so much. Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye. Good night.
Bye.
We'll talk to you again.
Thanks all. Bye.
Yeah, good night.